Welcome back everyone, it is Eric from Rare Candy, and today we're going to be taking a Charizard EX deck for a spin.
Oh, great.
Now, I know what you guys are thinking, Charizard, it's been pretty well covered by the community at this point, but this list is a little bit different, I think, from what you might be accustomed to. A lot of the lists that I've been running around have been using Arceus and Pidgeot, which does make sense, but we are opting to forgo all of that with this one. And my objective with this list today is I want a deck that can beat the mirror match very reliably, and also I want one that is less susceptible to Path to the Peak. And that is what I have landed on here today. But before we get any deeper into this deck list, if you guys can do me a favor and smack that like button to feed that always hungry YouTube algorithm. And if you need any cards to complete this deck for yourself on Pokemon TCG Live, you can visit our friends over at PTCGLstore.com. Use coupon code RARECANDY at checkout for a discount. And Rare Candy's patrons not only had access to an earlier version of this list, but also have their own exclusive discount code for even bigger savings. Links to those will be down below in the description. But let's jump back into our list for just a moment here, guys. Of course, Charizard, this is going to be the star of the show, has the Burning Darkness attack, does 180 plus 30 more for each prize card your opponent has taken. So Charizard in the early game, of course, you have just a nice two-shotting attack, but as we get later into the game, we hit for gradually better and better numbers, and we have the Infernal Rain ability to be able to power up our Pokemon in the process. But looking at the rest of our Pokemon, like I said, we are not playing any Pidgeot or any Arceus here. Instead, we are opting for a 2/2 Bibarel line for that Industrious Incisors ability. And the reason we're doing this is, just in general, it's a solid ability in its own right, but we are going to be much less susceptible to cards like Path to the Peak, whereas the Arceus and Pidgeot versions can sometimes be easily shut out of the game by a well-timed Iono path, and we don't want that to happen to us. So future Eric here, just a quick thing I forgot to mention. The other reason we are playing Bibarel over Pidgeot or Arceus is that in the mirror match, the opposing Charizard deck won't have any easy 2-prize KOs they can take in the mid game, and instead they have to wait for you to take 5 prizes before they can one-shot a multi-prize Pokemon. But anyways, back to the video. But since we don't have Arceus or Pidgeot to fall back on as an alternate attacker, we do have a copy of Radiant Charizard. But taking a look at our trainer cards, I think our supporters in particular are very streamlined. We are leaning most heavily on Iono here, but we also do have 3 copies of Boss, as well as, I think more interestingly, 3 copies of Arven. I think this card is actually very, very good in this particular deck because we can get a Pokemon tool and an item and put them into our hands. So very frequently what you'll find with this deck is you'll either have a Charizard or an Ultra Ball already, then you can use Arven to grab the opposite piece that you're still missing to get your Pokemon set up. Also a great supporter on turn 1 because it can find our Battle VIP passes, which of course we do need to get our Pokemon to play, but also we do have a couple of Pokemon tools as well. We have the Choice Belt to increase our damage by 30 to Pokemon V. Sometimes you're hitting for 210, which is a bit shy of a knockout. 270 is a bit shy of a knockout. So Choice Belt is going to be good in these situations, and also can buff our Radiant Czar to that magic 280 number. But we also do have 1 copy of Vitality Band as well, which looks a little bit awkward, but this actually does fix our math really nicely against a few Pokemon. So against things like Pidgeot, this will take us from 270 to 280, and also against basic Pokemon EX like Miraidon or Qianpao, this will take us from 210 to 220. Now, as I have mentioned a few times, Path to the Peak is a concern of this deck for sure. So we do have a couple of stadiums. We have our Artisans to get our basic setup and play a little bit quicker. But we also do have a copy of Collapsed. And I do think our 3rd stadium spot is a little bit flexible. I think Collapsed is fine. Magma Basin's fine. Maybe even Temple of Sinnoh could be worth experimenting with as well. But Collapse is pretty cool because it can sometimes allow us to get things like Mew off the board in, the Lost Zone matchup. We can also, if we're playing the 2-shot game against an opposing Charizard deck, or I guess we're all used to any deck that's 2-shotting us, we can maybe discard a previously damaged Charizard. But from there, we also do have a copy of Lost Vacuum to round out our stadium countering cards here. And the reason we're playing this instead of a 4th stadium in the deck is because not only can we get rid of tool cards from time to time, but also too, because we are playing the Arven, this actually gives us, a stadium bumping out if we have Arven in hand. But that is going to be the list we are trying out for Charizard today. Like I said, our goals here are to make sure Path is not going to annoy us too much, and we want to make sure we can beat the mirror match. So let's hop in some games and see how this version of Charizard is going to do. So some sort of Arc deck definitely could be Charizard. Definitely could be like Arctina or something too. But yeah, so let's just go for Nest Ball here. Go for Mew. We'll just hard retreat. And we want Battle VIP Pass. Let's see it. Unfortunately, not what we want, but we'll go for a Nest Ball at the very least. We can at least get down a Bibarel. So we don't know what sort of Arc deck this is, but if this is like Arctina, we could get judged a lot. So we definitely want to have an out to refilling our hand if we can get like Bibarel or something. But for the moment, just pass over to our opponent. Still, I think a fine opening against a deck that's probably not going to put on a lot of pressure on turn 1. Unless they go like Melanie DTE. Okay, there's going to be Lost City. Okay. Rope. All right, that's a little bit annoying, but fine. And a Research. Okay, so right now this looks like Arc Dura. Yeah, I think this seems okay. The only thing that could get sketchy is if they're able to take a lot of cheap prizes on our Charmanders without us bumping Lost City. That's where things get a little bit dicey, but otherwise, I actually don't think this is going to be that bad for our deck. But them having the Trinity charge here was actually pretty big. It definitely puts us on a little bit of a clock. Okay, now that is tragic. So let's see what we do here. I think I'm actually going to escape rope here. Because if we can hit rare candy off of this Mew, that'd be good. And also, I'd rather just win by knocking out 2... actually, this is pretty good. We can actually knock out the Umbreon, too. I was thinking about Ultra Balling these away for Bibarel, but maybe we still could get rid of the Iono and just commit that we're going to get candy off of this hand. I think that's actually what we're going to do here. So let's toss these guys. Get Bibarel. Let's see, do we have Arvins? And yeah, we have all 3 Arvins, both Pokegear, 3 rare candy. So we have, what, 5 potential outs right here to evolving. So let's see what we can make happen. So we're going to get 4 cards with the barrel. Then we get to look at our 6 with Mew. So I think we have decent odds of hitting this, guys. Okay, so let's go ahead and get down Charmander, Artisan. We're just trying to maximize our chances of ripping the rare. Oh, wait, we have the Arvin. What am I talking about? Okay, we don't have... Well, we're going to get 2 prizes, so I guess there is an argument to still get down this other Bidoof. So we'll Level Ball, grab Charmander. Yeah, this turn actually got pretty sick for us pretty quickly. So we'll use Mysterious Tail before we use the Arvin. Okay, that's cool. And so we'll Arvin here. What do we actually want? Maybe Gear, honestly, for next turn. And I think a Level Ball. Maybe even to... Well, no, we're already getting Gear. So this is fine. I think we're cool with getting these. So rare candy. So yeah, this turn was pretty nuts. I'm not going to lie, guys. Yeah, so 1 on the Mew. That way we can retreat that guy. And yeah, we'll just retreat. So pretty sick turn, I've got to say. So all we need to do now is knock out 2 more Pokemon, really. And by us getting... Okay, pretty good hand, I've got to say. So even if they swing into us and bench another Umbreon, we're going to chase that thing. Yeah, this thing is dead. They don't even know it yet, but that thing is dead. Unless they Iono us, of course. There's going to be Artisan getting nothing. Metal Energy, do they have... Just don't Iono us. Oh, and they do. Come on. Our hand was so good there. Okay. I mean, this is still pretty good. Because we can still Ultra Ball, get another Zard out. I kind of want to save this Charizard too that has the belt. Like, if we're not going to boss, I'd honestly kind of want to hard retreat this thing if we can. Okay, there's Alakazam. Alakazam actually makes things potentially easy on us too. Depending if we're like forced to deal with a Duraludon. But yeah, we definitely want boss this turn. Ugh, yeah, I don't think we're going to get there, guys, unfortunately. So, that being said, this hand is still pretty workable. Sure, we'll get a band as well. We could even get rid of a fire energy. I don't. That seems sketchy. I think we actually get rid of the band here. Like, it is relevant against Arceus, and actually the Umbreon as well. So, I think yet again we're tossing away supporters here. I think we're gonna do this and this, and just grab Charizard. So rare candy. 2 and 3. Could even like preemptively get down an energy on Mew just to give us like a free retreater, so to speak. I don't hate that. I think I'm cool just trading blows at this point too. Like, even though this Charizard's going to go down, that's fine. Because they have Umbreon VMAX, they can always chase it up anyway, so. But maybe we need to force them to be honest. The choice belt actually can be pretty relevant, so I think we'll do that, and we'll just spread our energy around. We'll give ourselves maybe the option of attacking with this guy. Sure, we'll do band here. Okay, so getting... I think we'll wait to use Rod in case they do boss up this Charizard or use Umbreon to get it back. I mean, we could even collapse here. That doesn't feel that bad either. I actually kind of like that. Yeah, I think we're actually going to do that, guys. So, Super Rod. Oh, and they conceded. Yeah. So I think we were in a really good spot that game. As long as we were able to, I think, chain Charizards at that point. If both of us just exchange KOs like normally, I think we eventually win that one. So it looks like we're going to be going up against Tina. I mean, it could be Lost Box, but I'm assuming Giratina. That's definitely the most popular Lost Zone deck I've run into. You see a Roxanne, so again, more reason to think it's Giratina. Now, I will say, if this is Giratina, I will say my win rate has not been as high as I would like to. They play the path to the peak, which is already bad enough. But I think one of the big issues this deck has just right now is the fact that we don't yet have the 70 HP Charmander that's coming in 151. So, like, in the mid game, your opponent is able to just Sableye away your Charmanders that haven't evolved yet, like, very easily. But it's actually not a bad hand going second, because we can guarantee the Battle VIP pass here with Arven. So yeah, we'll do that. Do we grab the belt preemptively? I'm going to say no. Yeah, I think I'm just going to get the Battle VIP pass here. So we could do this. And then we can try to hit another Battle VIP pass if we can. That would be sick. I don't know if we're that lucky, but if we can get one more Ball Search card, that would be nice. Just in case of an escape rope, we won't have, we'll have a little bit more flexibility. Okay, broken, and we get the Battle VIP pass. Oh, but I just noticed our opponent has a fire energy over here. So maybe this is a Charizard deck. Okay. Now, are they playing Delphox V? That's an important question here, because that sort of affects if we want to get Manaphy down, but I'm going to say they're not going to get 7 and have Delphox. I kind of just want to get down a bunch of Charmanders before they can start doing Sableye stuff. So I think that's what we're going to go for here. And just pass. So still don't know exactly what we're going against. This could be just normal Sablezard. Could be like just a Lost Box deck that plays Delphox and Fire Energies, or this could be like Lost Charizard, since we have seen some Charizard EX decks with the Lost engine starting to pop up, and it looks like that is what it's going to be. We did see Charmander hit the bin there. And I've actually not played against this version of Zard yet, I don't think, at least, so I'm not sure how this is supposed to go, but I would imagine like Sableye would give them a little bit of an edge in the matchup, but we'll have to see how it's going to play out, but nothing off the Pokegear. That could be really big if they don't already have Colress in hand. So there's going to be a Nest Ball. Okay, Radiant Greninja, so no Radiant Charizard to have to worry about. Okay, there's going to be the Colress, so our opponent is still in this one for sure. But they do need to get down some Charmanders. Or I would assume at least. I'm not sure, you know, what all they're playing in their deck, of course, but yeah, so that makes sense. Okay, and a pass over Dust. That's cool. I think we Mysterious Tail, because if we hit Rare Candy, we can potentially use Gear afterwards to Iono, or maybe even Boss. So I think that's what I want to try to do. Ultra Ball. That's actually not that bad, though. So we're going to Ultra Ball, getting rid of Artisan and Fire Energy. Actually going to get Bibarel here. We should have used Artisan first, guys. That's my bad. So that's actually a little bit of a misplay. Don't know how relevant it was, but we should have thinned one more card out of our deck here. But yeah, let's just go for another... Let's just go for a Bidoof. I'm not sure if they're playing Delphox V. I don't know if that's even like a staple in these Charizard decks or not. So I don't know if I'm playing around this correctly, but we will find out. So we'll attach here. Industrious. Because if we still get... Okay. So if we get Arvin, we can still guarantee the Candy's Charizard this way. Iono. I mean, we're still reducing their hand size, but this isn't exactly what we wanted. Yeah, we had two outs there. If we hit Candy, we were good. If we hit Arvin, we were good. We whiffed both, so... I also might even Level Ball preemptively just to get Manaphy out of deck. And Iono. I want to save our Collapsed, if at all possible. Ugh. Yeah, this turn was not great. We whiffed pretty big. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Yeah, we'll just end turn. Yeah, that is definitely rough. I think the only thing we did wrong was, again, not thinning the extra basic out of our deck when we used, before we used Mysterious Tail. Other than that, as far as I can tell, I think we approached that one pretty decently. So the tempo is definitely going to be back in our opponent's favor if they're able to evolve into Zard this turn and get off an attack. Okay, there's going to be Colress. Ooh, now if they can attack with Sableye this turn, that would be bad. I'm not sure if they're playing Sableye, but if they do, that would be pretty devastating. Okay, a Vacuum and a Colress going away, so they must have gotten something good. I would venture to say they probably found some piece needed to get out their Charizard, if that's what they are getting rid of here. Okay, yeah, there's the Candy Charizard. Do they have a switching card? That's the next sort of order of business here. Okay, yeah, there's the switch card. Now, luckily, it's just an attack on Mew. They're them knocking that out than Charizard, so we probably just promote Charmeleon now since we don't need the Candy combo to make it work. And go for an Iono. Okay, sick. So yeah, absolutely evolve into Zard. We're definitely going to collapse this turn as well. It seems like a really good turn for it. Well, I mean, we could even save it just to... We could save this to play the two-shot war with Charizard. Actually, if we do collapse here, it does prevent them from using Sableye, so that could be good. Actually, don't totally hate that, if I'm being honest. So, I'll say sure, we'll do that. So, Bibarel here. Okay. So we'll go for another Bibarel. And we still have an Ultra Ball left to potentially rare candy into another Charizard if we need to. So let's see. Unfortunately, we did not get there. Now, if they have a way to knock out these Charmanders, that feels kind of bad, but for the moment, I'm feeling okay about how this is going, even though our opponent took the first KO here. We're still getting the first hit in on a Charizard, which I feel like is probably maybe a little bit more important than them knocking out that Mew. Okay, they had the counter stadium. That feels a little bit bad. Yeah, there's Sableye. That is definitely tragic. So yeah, if they find just a Psychic Energy. Oh, yeah, they toss one away, so. Okay, I guess we're going to see another Charizard here. Oof, man, they're having a sick turn. They have the Stadium Bump, the Sableye, Rare Candy, two, like the perfect 2 cards away for another Zard, too. Man, that's rough. Yeah, and this I think perfectly sort of shows like one of the issues this deck has right now, or like any of these Charizard archetypes have right now, is just this can happen. It just makes your Lost Box matchup feel like a lot worse. So there you can see like just not hitting the second Candy Charizard there just really was a huge buff to our opponent. So now what do we do? We can boss and kill Charizard. That's not really an issue. We'll definitely Super Rod just to at least make the clock chill out on us there. Could also just boss get the first hit on this guy too. Doesn't seem that bad. They have 4 energy, 5... 6. I mean, there's a chance they might not even be able to attack with this guy if we swing on it. So I think that's what we're going to do here. Let me double check how many boss. Yeah, we still have 2 boss in deck. That's good. So I think I'm actually going to hang on to this hand. Because we could draw more cards with a barrel, but there is a world where if they don't move this, I'd kind of like to Arven. So, but I also kind of want to save the option to Iono. So we'll see what happens, but we'll swing on this Charizard. Okay, there's going to be a boss. Okay. We do still have our escape rope, assuming it's not prized. I should take a note of that. But okay, a pass over to us. That's pretty sick. There's a couple things we can do here. We can escape rope, or we could Super Rod and just get the energy onto this Bibarel and hard retreat. Kind of like that, I'm not going to lie. So yeah, we're going to Arven here. Go for another Super Rod. Guess we'll grab Belt. Doesn't hurt anything at this point. We still should have energy in here. Yeah. So that's what we're going to do. And we still leave ourselves with like 1 energy attachment we can get down on our other Zard here. And I don't think we need Belt anymore either, so I think we'll just go for Ultra Ball. Just fail it. Don't think we need anything else there. So Industrious number 1. Let's retreat. Industrious again, and suddenly we are kind of back in the game a little bit. The boss play definitely paid off for us. So yeah, just go for the KO here. And now they don't have a Zard that is really threatening anything. Sableye, I mean, it can take a knockout on Bibarel. That's fine. Not too worried about that. But if they do get down another Charmander, like, I almost feel like we just chase Charmanders down at this point. Or if they get down manual attachment on this Zard, we boss that. Like, Sableye, I think, is no longer sort of the main threat, because they can, yeah, they can knock up a barrel, go down to 1 prize, but we just need them to, we just need to prevent them from ever being able to one-shot a Zard. That's my main concern, I think, at this point in the game. So, not gonna lie, guys, I thought we were about to get dumpstered, but we are suddenly back in this one. Now, I still don't know what all of these Charizard Lost Zone decks play. I really don't know what a skeleton for this deck list, or for this deck, looks like. So there might be some other tricks in here that could surprise me, but right now I don't feel that bad about how this is going. Okay, now unfortunately Artisan is staying in play for the rest of the game unless they bump it. So we're probably not going to be able to play around Sableye at any point. We just have to accept they're probably always going to be able to get those in play. Okay, there's going to be Sableye. Okay, yeah, we definitely just chase this thing down this turn. And at that point, we're just 2 attacks away from winning. I don't think they're going to have a way to really respond well. Unless they do some weird Thornton shenanigans, I think we're actually kind of in the driver's seat at this point, guys. So, yeah, we're definitely going to boss here. Get down attachment in case they try to do some boss stall shenanigans. So, Nest Ball. Yeah, don't really care about any of that. Get rid of these guys. Don't need those anymore. Okay, so at this point, guys, we're feeling pretty good, I have to say. Okay, prizes are kind of useless. At this point, the only thing I really care about is boss. Like, in case they get down another Charmander, I kind of would like to boss that just to take the Zard play off the table. But also, too, if they do rod this thing, get it back out and play, even if we can't boss it, we can still just Iono them to 1, assuming they're going to use Sableye to knock out the Bibarel here. Okay, another Sableye. Don't care about that. Yeah, and there's just going to be the Lost Mine. So, guys, I think we have this one, like, kind of wrapped up at this point. I don't know what you could do to avoid losing unless they go Echoing Horn. That's the only way we lose now. So we Nest Ball. I think we just Iono to 1 and pray they don't have what they need. So 3 Colress. All of their Colress are gone, so I mean, if they have Roxanne, that could be something they get, but yeah, guys, I think we just Iono them at this point and say, hey, you need to have everything you need off of this 1 card in your top deck. So, sure, we'll attach. And yeah, go for the KO. All right, my friend, do you have it? You need Horn, Psychic Energy. Let's see it. But if they're playing Charizard EX, maybe they don't have the space for Horn. Yeah, there's the concession. So I'm not gonna lie, that was looking really sketchy in like the mid game there. But that turn where we boss stalled the Zard and we're able to like set up a second Zard of our own kind of put us back in the driver's seat a little bit. So yeah, like I said, this deck's here to beat the other Charizard decks, and that's what we're doing so far, at least. Alrighty, guys, that's going to do it today for my Charizard EX Bibarel deck that we have here. Like I said, guys, I think this deck is pretty good against the opposing Charizard decks, as well as giving you more outs against pretty much any deck that plays Path, whether it's Miraidon, Arceus X, Giratina even potentially as well. But, I still think, like I mentioned during the game against the Lost Zone deck, that having the 60 HP Charmanders feels really bad right now, so I think until we get the 70 HP ones, I'm still not yet convinced that Zard is like a tier 1 deck, but nevertheless, I think the card is still really strong. So if you are looking for a change of pace with your Charizard list, feel free to take this one for a spin. But if you guys did enjoy today's content, as always, remember to leave a like on the video. And if you're feeling a little extra generous, you can always become a patron at patreon.com/rarecandytcg or pick up some merch at rarecandytcg.com. But as always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.